We got the model himself right here. Ricky, you like the car? All right, guys, so today we're going to talk about the MT82 transmission that's in this manual Mustang. So, I mean, I have my opinions on it. I think I'm going to go ahead, step in the car, go for a little drive, and talk to you guys about how I feel about this car. I am in love with this interior. I will never get over it. I don't know why. It just looks so nice and comforting. So, close the door. You know what? It's not a video if I don't give you guys a cold start. It's a nice and cloudy day today. See, I never understand people who like sunny weather so much. Like, I feel like cloudy just makes everything so much more cozy. That's just me though, I don't know. Oftentimes when I'm in these drive-thrus, they always ask me, why is your car ticking? And I have to explain it to them every single time. It's a normal operative sound, according to Ford. And just like that, we have our iced coffee, guys. Let's go. So guys, I made a quick stop really quick. Before I go ahead and drive and do a few pulls for you guys, I just wanted to say that I'm getting a new shifter for this really soon, like probably within like a week or two. And I feel like that's the biggest necessity for the MT82. A lot of people say like a new clutch, like a Mantic clutch will fix stuff, you know, with the lockout, because I have gotten locked out of second and third. People just say all that takes is a new clutch. I might try that out, you know, give or take, you know, however many miles from now. But the thing is, like, I have a new clutch from factory. I'm not gonna spend like $800-900 on a new clutch. But the one thing I will do is get a transmission mounted shifter. So this shifter, the stock shifter, isn't actually mounted on the tranny. And I'm gonna put the clutch in really quick. Actually, I'll turn the car off. If you guys really can't tell, it just feels messy. If that's a good way to say it, I guess. It feels messy. As for the throws, I feel like they're just fine. I mean, they could be shorter, but like, it just doesn't feel right. And I've missed shifts before, and I've gotten locked out before. I always get a super notchy shift going into third. Like, you know, from second to third is always my least favorite shift. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and drive really quickly, do some pulls for you guys, and you guys can kind of see it in action. So I wanted to just start off by saying, you know, answer the question flat out. Is the MT82 stock from factory a bad transmission? The short answer, guys, is yes. It is kind of a poopy transmission from factory, but I think it's a transmission that can be fixed with relatively simple mods. So the first thing that I'm doing, as I said, is getting an MGW shifter. Like, it's very easy to miss a gear, I feel like, in this shifter that comes from factory. It's also not mounted to the transmission, which is something I will be doing. I think that's for daily driving. It gets the job done without a doubt. But the only problem is with this shifter is when you're driving the car hard. Now that also leads to the clutch, right? So people say the factory clutch isn't necessarily the best, you know, locks you out of gear, stuff like that. A simple Mantic clutch will fix it, do the trick, whatever. Which leads me to the fixes of the MT82 transmission. The MT82, the transmission itself, I honestly believe is a solid transmission. And these two fixes will really do the trick. Now, I haven't done them yet, but as the research I've done on the transmission, and believe me, I've done a lot of it, it really feels like, it seems like all that needs to be done is a new shifter, whether it be Barton or MGW, and a new clutch. As I said, guys, I have the MGW shifter almost on order, so I'm excited for that. I've noticed, you know, from a dig, it absolutely is a terrible transmission. First to second from a dig, you're probably at a higher probability of getting locked out than not getting locked out. That's just being honest, guys. I'm just a little surprised that this transmission came with a performance car like the Mustang GT. You know, this transmission would be good in any other car. With this setup, of course, with this shifter, that clutch, you know, it would be good in any other car. It's just, I feel like they could have really enhanced this transmission far more by just adding a little bit of a fix. The clutch and the shifter are everything, guys. The clutch and the shifter are everything. And those are two modifications that need to be made to this transmission in order for it to work. The rev match downshift is spectacular. Downshift's up first. Might lock me out. lock me out, but it definitely fought me. I think I need to go to sport mode. It definitely fought me, you know. It's super hit or miss with this transmission, which is kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. You know, I'll be spending that $500 to get that new shifter. When the time comes, I'll get the new clutch as well. I will also go ahead and mention that this is a very hard transmission to shift quickly, smoothly, you know, from a dig. It's always super lurchy, and that just might be my problem, you know, a problem on my behalf, but guys, I've looked it up, and it seems like it's an issue you guys are having as well. Guys, one more thing. This transmission is really hard to like shift smoothly from first to second to third. Like get it down quickly and smoothly. I don't know if that's just an issue on my behalf, maybe, but I don't know if that's just an issue on my behalf, but it's something I've noticed, you know, in the forums I read about the car, and just in general, like it's really hard to get this car off the line smoothly without lurchiness. And again, that could be just me being a bad driver, I don't know, but we are in Newport Beach right now. Super nice road, and I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a few more pulls. It's a nice day. It's always nice out here. I mean, this is probably one of my favorite spots to go driving. I know a lot of people, not a lot of nice cars come out here. I will say I do love those rev match downshifts though. My gosh, they're so just smooth and nice. That's probably one of my favorite parts about this car, is the rev match downshift. I feel like it kind of handicaps me as a manual driver, but I also couldn't imagine myself without it. Yeah, this is where it gets really crowded, so I don't really want to stick around here. So we're gonna go ahead and go through the Laguna Canyon, and we'll do even more pulls there. So yeah, dude, it just seems like traffic does not want to stop. What a great time to make a video. Alright guys, so we're out of the construction area, but we're still in the one lane, so alright guys, so it seems like we're finally in the clear. Hopefully there's no like police, because I was gonna think maybe we could do a little bit of a launch from a dig. Yeah, we'll full send it right now, and we'll do a little bit of a launch. But I also don't, you know what? No, I don't want to make a huge scene. Let's just do a first gear pull after this car leaves. Hopefully there's no cops behind this, but it's okay because we are in Mexico after all. Alright guys, so I think that means the end of this video. If you guys did enjoy, if you guys learned something about the MT82, if you guys have an MT82, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know your experience with your MT82, because to be honest, my experience with mine hasn't been the best. Honestly, for me guys, it's a transmission that leaves me wanting more, at least from factory. As I said guys, the very first mod I want to do to this car is an aftermarket shifter, preferably MGW, maybe Barton, but I think I'm gonna go with MGW. And hopefully it fixes some of the issues. I'll get a transmission mounted, and you know, we'll see what happens from there on out. So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. From here on out, I think the videos are gonna be spot on. I have some racing videos actually planned, one racing video planned that I wanna, and I also have another interesting video planned that I will be doing shortly, so I hope you guys stay tuned so you guys are subbed to. And that's all for now guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Bye bye.